Cool. Hey everyone, this is Dylan with Brown or Meyer Wine, and today I'm kicking off my YouTube channel with a video series on the 3 most prestigious wine estates in Germany's Pfalz, the 3 Bs, Dr. Bürklin-Wolf, Basserman-Jordan, and von Bühl. So why bother learning about these wine estates? Well, for me, as a musician, I like to compare wine producers to bands and their bottles to songs. So how would you describe your music taste if you don't know who you're listening to? The same concept applies to wine. And not only is it important to know your taste, but becoming familiar with wine producers really takes your wine knowledge to the next level. So before we begin, a little bit about me. I've been working in the wine industry for 2 years on the retail side. And during this time, I've also been pursuing my wine education through the WSET, the Wine and Spirits Education Trust. So right now I'm working through my level 3. I already got my level 2, and that's been going well. I also specialize in German wine, if you couldn't guess already. I fell in love with the country's wine for many reasons, but I find they produce really complex, fascinating wines with a rich history, and also they're really great value wines. So, in today's video, I'll be discussing the basics of the Pfalz, then we'll talk about Dr. Bürklin-Wolf and what makes them such a phenomenal wine producer, and then we'll finish off with tasting some of this Riesling. So to me, the Pfalz is a land of abundance. When I visit my friend Nikolai there in the summers, there's sprawling vineyards, endless sunshine, and as much wurst as you can eat. And actually, it's home to Germany's largest wine and wurst festival in Deidesheim, actually. So you gotta check that one out. And it's also perfect for viticulture, though. The large reason why is because they have the Hart Mountains in the west, which protects the regions from harsh westerly winds and excessive rainfall. It also has a diversity of soil types that really help the winemakers because that just offers them a lot of different options to play with for varietals and styles and so forth. So let's talk about Dr. Bürklin-Wolf. What stands out to me about this producer isn't just their impressive 400-year history as a family-owned winery. It's their commitment to quality over that time, and in today's winemaking, their use of equal parts tradition and innovation in their winemaking. They have some of the most prestigious sites in the Pfalz, and let's take a look at some of their terroir. So they have vineyards centered around the villages of Forst, Deidesheim, and Rupertal. And these sites that they own are some of the most prestigious in Germany, if not the world, for Riesling particularly. The soil is varied, just like much of the Pfalz, and they produce some stunning wines. And they go according to a Burgundy model, which means that you'll have Village, Premier Cru, Grand Cru, and so forth. And also they're part of the VDP, the Verband der Prädikatsweingüter. And so as you can see, if you see the eagle on the insignia or the eagle on the bottle, then you know that they're part of the VDP, which is a group of 200 plus German winemakers who are dedicated to quality. So let's talk about their winemaking. So Dr. Bürklin-Wolf has been certified biodynamic since 2005. And for those of you unfamiliar with what that means, biodynamic viticulture takes the vineyard as one part of a whole ecosystem. And this means that they'll work with different practices such as the lunar cycle, so timing their work with the lunar cycles, such as pruning and harvest, different things, and also something involving cow horns. So the cow horn image is so typical when you're talking about biodynamics. Pretty much it's a practice that you'll have the winemakers stuffing the cow horns with manure and then they bury it in the soil. And so it'll decompose a little bit, enrich the soil with nutrients. Then later they'll dig it up and distribute that fertilizer amongst the vineyard. So the other thing I like about this wine is the yeast practices. So they will use ambient yeasts that are found in the vineyard, or they'll isolate those yeasts on the characteristics that they'll like. So it really just gives these wines more individuality, more character, and it's just an interesting technique. So now let's get into the tasting. Today I'm trying the 2021 Hommage à Louis Riesling from Bürklin-Wolf. This is a Trockenwein, a dry wine. And let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, also another note, the Pfalz will produce generally fuller bodied and maybe even stone fruit, tropical fruit as compared to the Mosel, which will kind of have a little more, just less ripe fruit and a little lighter. So I'm curious to see how this one is. Yeah, so I'm getting definitely stone fruit, like nectarine, but also citrus, very ripe citrus, like Meyer lemon. Yeah, this is definitely a nice nose, quite aromatic. And what I like about Riesling as well, it has these really nice floral notes in the cool climate. So I'm getting something like, yeah, peach blossoms or something. Yeah, that's good. And it's nice that this wine really delivers at some of the lower price points for this winery. I think this is around $20, but their Grand Cru wines can actually go up to hundreds of euros. And yeah, this is quite nice on the palate. I'm getting a nice subtle minerality and then citrus that kind of finishes into more stone fruit. And it's not a it's a citrusy finish, and it has a subtlety to it and an elegance that I really really like. Nice structured acidity. Yeah, I could totally picture this going with a nice summer salad or maybe some poultry. My mouth is watering from this. This is a typical German Riesling. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and check me out on Braune Meier Wein, which is my website and my blog. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and zum Wohl.